Hi, this is Tony from Diamond Tools International. We're here today to demonstrate a new system in polishing marble floors. This system is a new advanced system that is going to take the conventional way of doing floors and pretty much do away with it. We started off with a piece of marble here as a crema marfil, a Carrara stone, pardon me. It's a white Carrara stone. This white Carrara stone started off with 94 gloss units on a gloss meter. We have a gloss meter right here that we're using for this particular system. Now, so that you guys are aware and can see a gloss meter, the way it works, you calibrate it. This is glass. You can see the reflection is 92.5 on the calibrating tool, and it's 13 points with anything that's a matte finish. There's absolutely no reflection here. We went ahead and we used 120 grit diamond pad, resin diamond pad, to strip off the shine off of this particular Carrara stone. We got it down to 3 point gloss units on the meter. So here you go, guys. We got 3 gloss units on the meter, 3, and we do it in the different points. We were able to get it down to 3 on the whole entire floor, if you would say. This is a tile, and you would put this on the floor. Now we're gonna go ahead now, and we're gonna remove the 120 grit stone, and we're gonna go ahead and use the new Maximo system, which is a totally green system. It consists of 4 pads, one being a restoration pad and the other one's being maintenance. So if the floor is already shining and it looks good, what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna just use 3-2-1 or maybe 2-1 or just number 1. It depends. It's up to you to measure and guide the floor and see what pad you would start off with. If you see a really deteriorated, really bad looking floor, you just start off with the R pad. Now, because we grinded it, we're going to delay a little longer time with the very first pad to make sure that we get all the scratches and get the whole floor to a consistency of one consistency. We're adding this, and we're going to add some water to it. I put this machine down on 1, so it's the slowest speed. A floor machine is usually about 175 RPM, and it weighs about 89 to 95 pounds without any weight. If you add weight, the weight of the additional weights that come with the machine is about 25 pounds each. And usually the machines, when you buy maybe the Hawk brand machine, which we sell, is called Diamond Tools International, and we'll talk to you about those machines. Now, when you use those, you get more downward pressure. Obviously, I'm using this with my hand. And you can see that I'm creating plenty of slurry. That means that I'm cleaning up the 110 grit scratches, 120 grit scratches. What I like to do is I like to add more water because I don't like the grit that I'm taking off, the residue, to continue on the slab and create new scratches with the pad. So I like to keep it nice and wet, right? And it makes it easier also on the machine and on the equipment. So I add some more water. I press down a bit because I want to make sure that this is one consistent finish throughout the whole stone, so that I can prepare it for the next 3 pads. Like I said, I really went crazy. We put 120 grit on here, and we went ahead and grinded that up. As you see, I'm still getting slurry out of there. So I'm trying to find less slurry. And of course, you get deeper scratches because we're inconsistent. A floor machine has the same weight pushing throughout the floor the whole time. This right now, I'm a human. Sometimes, you get tired, you got downward pressure. You can use this system also on countertops. There's white Carrara countertops in the kitchen, in the bathroom. Some people do it on the walls. So if you use it with a 7-inch grinder like this, you can actually do that without using any of the chemicals that you would normally use with any other system. And then it'll be splashing all the way everywhere, the chemicals. You have to put plastic all over the floor, all over the different things. The wood cabinets inside the bathroom, that's gonna take time away from you. This is a system that you don't need to do none of that stuff because it's totally green and chemical free, okay? Totally green and chemical free. Okay, so now I finished up with the R pad. I'm gonna add some water right now to clean it up. I'm using the back of the pad because basically it's just a white pad on top just to clean that puppy off, okay? And then now I'm gonna go ahead and just squeegee it off so that we can go ahead and use the gloss meter to see what we were able to do with the stone. Right now, I take a microfiber and try to dry it off. It's not too windy today, so the wind is not helping us out. But when I look at it to the side right now, it's actually got shine already. Okay? Actually got shine already. So we're gonna go ahead and let it dry a little bit more. As it dries off, it gives you better gloss meter readings. Okay? So now I put the gloss meter on there, and it gave me a 40 on the gloss meter. With the very, very first restoration pad, it gave me 40 on the gloss meter in that particular area. Like I said, if you put the meter on a vein or something like that, it won't give you the same reflection as if you put it on areas, because this is a natural stone. 42 on the gloss meter. This is the very first pad. So it's consistently giving me in the 40s and in the upper 30s, 38. Okay? This is phenomenal for the very first pad. It's a phenomenal. It removed all the scratches off of the top of the surface, which is also a great thing. Okay? So now we're gonna take the gloss meter off here. We're gonna add some additional water to the top of the stone. Right? Now is when I'm going to the maintenance. Okay? This is do some light restoration. This number 3 is that's a pretty good unit as well. This is by far kicks all the pads that are in the market rear end. It really does. We did some tests on the 3M pads earlier this week, and we got after the last pad, we got a 75, I'm sorry, a 75 on the gloss meter reading. We did some good dwell time with the pad. We passed it over and over the stone. We did it on some Jerusalem stone. And after the first diamond, it gave us only a 6 on the gloss meter reading, and we just finished getting up to 40, 42 with the very first pad, which is pretty awesome right here. So, of course, like I said, I like plenty of water because it kind of cleans the slab as we go along. Usually when you want to work in the field, you have a helper with a vacuum, and they vacuum up, and you do section by section. Let's say you do a 10 by 10, and then you go ahead and you vacuum up as you go along. Of course, you're not gonna make a big mess in the lady's house. Her house needs to be clean, so you're gonna section off area by area, and you're gonna go ahead and take care of that. If you have, talking a little bit about walls and bathrooms, you hit this on a bathroom, you don't have to worry about the chemical, you don't have to worry about plastic all over the place, and you can actually do this pretty quickly. Okay, now, right now what I'm doing, I went round and round, and then up, right and left, and then, north, south, east, and west, to make sure that I got the whole stone. Now, I'll finish with that. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off the top. I did see some slurry on there. I can feel it on there. So clean it up. I'll use the back of the pad again, just to clean off whatever excess might be on there. And then go ahead and use the squeegee to clean off the top of the unit. Right? Clean off the top of the unit. Right now, clean off the water. And we're gonna go ahead and dry it up with a microfiber again. Right? This is just so that we don't have any soot on the surface, and we can able to use for this demonstration, see what is the gloss meter reading. And as I look down into it right now, I can already see my silhouette and I can see my reflection. It's not even a sunny day, but I see the sky, which is pretty awesome already. Now I put on the gloss meter, and it gave me 75 on the gloss meter reading, and I've only used the second pad, which is the first pad in the process of the maintenance. 75, 74, 75 again. So I got a pretty good reading. I got 65 there. I got it on a few veins there, 69, which is pretty awesome. You can get anywhere between a variance about a 10 gloss unit reading variance. So on the second pad, man, we got in the 70s, man. That's pretty damn awesome. Okay, I gotta watch my verbiage on this video. Cut that part out. Next, we're gonna go ahead and take this pad off. The number 3, we're gonna put in the number 2, 3, 2, 1. Remember, 3, 2, 1 blast off. That's the easiest way to remember. All the other pads in the market, they 1, 2, 3. We wanted to differentiate ourselves from the rest of the market, and we decided we're gonna go 3, 2, 1. Okay, because we are that much different in the shine and in the quality of the product. If you pick up the other pads as versus the new pads, see the thickness of diamond, see how hard it is. You can actually replace regular diamonds as opposed to the diamond impregnated diamond. And you can see this, they stay new and these deteriorate much, much quicker. So now, we're not on the floor. You know, we made this makeshift system. It's important to have water on the top of the surface. When you're on a floor that is flat, you can move the water around and manipulate it with the machine. At this point, I only got 1 foot to manipulate. But what I'm doing is I'm putting some downward pressure. Of course, I'm not putting 89 pounds of pressure down as though it was a floor machine. But as you can see, the first 2 pads that we did came out pretty awesome, okay? On the 3M pad, the first one came out to 6 gloss units. The second one came out to 12 gloss units, okay? Meaning they both, the first 2 were staying at a matte finish. No shine, no reflection. This one, the very first one, gave us a reflection immediately and removed all of the scratches, which is pretty beautiful. And then the second one gave us in the 70s already. So we were able to do with the first 2 pads what the 3M couldn't even dream to do with all 3 pads. Okay? Now, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the top of the stone. This stone too, the more I dwell time and play around with it, it'll bring it up higher and higher because I'm buffing it out. Basically, I'm buffing it out. This system also could be used wet or dry, okay? At the very last. So what I like to do is when I do the last step, I could do wet and hit it dry. It also works on high-speed machines, okay? You can put the last unit on a high-speed machine and pop a shine without even wetting the floor. So let's say you got some company coming, the hotel got some executives coming from way up, and they want to make sure it looks good. And before they get there, they want to clean up the hotel. They could bring out with their maintenance staff the last pad and just run over it dry, and it pops a beautiful shine on it. So you know they're really versatile. These pads are extremely versatile and beautiful. As you can see right now, this has a pretty awesome reflection. I got some haze because it's kind of cooling off, drying off right now. Oh, I didn't use the back of the pad to clean off, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a look at what kind of gloss units that we got now. It stayed at 70. I didn't clean the stone off properly. 66. 52. Yeah, the stone is dirty. That's not coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it. Again, what pad did I put on there? It was the number 2. What was the number 2? Yeah. So I was able to get with the number 3 and the 70 gloss units. I just finished running the number 2. Every stone is different. You have your crema marfil, that's a very soft stone. You got your white Carrara, is much, much harder, right? Then you got the Jerusalem stones, which are the beige stones. Then some areas are hard, some areas are soft. Okay, so let's get that thing to dry up a little bit and get some. We've been drenching this with a lot of water as well. When water gets in it and the water starts to come out, it vaporizes. As it vaporizes, the gloss unit, the gloss reader, reads a little bit differently because you got like steam coming up. So just trying to get that thing. 71, 69, 69. I'm sure it's higher, but we're gonna go with that 71. And we're gonna try the gloss. Recalibrate the unit. Okay. 92.5. Okay. 92. Okay, there it goes. Right now it's recalibrating. Okay. Now I'm gonna put it on the stone. 63. 71. 72. 73. As it's drying, is coming up. So it is coming up. We drenching the stone. Remember, a stone is like a sponge. All right? What happens inside of the stone with the sponge is it's drinking water, it's drinking water, it's drinking water. So we've saturated the stone. So later on we'll hit it dry and we'll get it with a white, with the number 1, and we'll dry it on top. Now, the way this system works is on the very last pad, what I like to do with this is we use water, as we did with all the other pads, right? Some downward pressure. And we play with the water, trying to keep it on the stone and not let it fall off the sides, because this definitely works much better with water. Again, like I said, you can use it dry. And you can use it on a high-speed machine as well. So I'll play with the water around, kind of keep it lubricated. If you notice right now, it's not taking any surface off of the stone. You're not seeing any slurry or anything of that, like that. And I use fresh water all the time. And I'm gonna use some fresh water. There it goes, so we can get this thing pumped up. Now what I'm gonna do at this point is I'm gonna start shoving the water off of the sides of this thing. Of course, when you have a floor machine, you're gonna just use a vacuum and vacuum it up, you know? And that way the unit can work dry. Now I can just shoot. For all intents and purposes, I'm gonna raise this thing up just so I can use it on a dry pass over the top of the stove. To get some of the moisture out. So right now, I'm kind of heating the top of the stone, getting some moisture out of it. Heating the stone, and then running it on a dry pass over the top of the stone. But right now, you can see an awesome reflection on here. This has right now a look as though you crystallized the floor. Okay? Let's take a look at what we got here on the gloss meter reading now. $94 gloss meter reading. 93 gloss meter reading. 97 gloss meter reading. It's coming up. 97, 94 gloss meter reading. 90. It depends on what part of it you put. If it's hitting 95, and it'll continue to go up. You look at the stone, you see the kind of shine that it has. The stone is really an amazing shine. 96 gloss meter reading. It continues to go up. So over the time, 99 on the gloss meter reading. It continues to go up. It's evaporating the water out of the stone. We at 99% gloss meter reading right now. 99, beautiful. And it'll continue 96 in this area, which it was before 97, all right? You see it's got a completely glass looking finish on the top. And if you look at the unit as well, you look at it, in some areas where you have the veins, you have an orange peel, but in the other areas where there's no veins, there's no orange peel. Now, these pads can also be used, let's say you got a really hard stone. Okay, at this point, I think we've made our point where you have now a unit that is completely green, a unit that will cut the time in half, last twice the time or 3 times the time that you would do a conventional system without using any chemicals. Okay, if you want to know more about these pads and you want to pick up a set, please call Diamond Tools.